What are some good side businesses? In this video, you're going to learn what good side businesses are, how to look at them, how to evaluate them, and how to pick the one that's right for you. I'm going to talk about how to keep your upfront investment down, how to never have to raise money from friends and family, how to never have to clean out your bank account, yet still start a successful side business. And be sure to stay on all the way to the end, because at the end, I'm going to give you access to a free video where I tell you about a side business that I'm doing that's absolutely amazing and definitely checks all the boxes on side businesses and that you could do. When you're thinking about side businesses, here are the things that you should think about. Number one, pick something that has some appeal to you. Don't just pick anything because it's just money. Pick something that has some appeal on some level. Doesn't mean it has to have been your dream to always do that, but pick something that has some appeal and that definitely fits in with your personality and your skill set. The more something leverages your skills and your abilities, the easier it is for you to do and the better off you're going to be. Also, look at something that doesn't take a lot of capital or money to do. Because we don't want to be clearing out your savings account, clearing out your 401k, or having to pass the hat around to all your friends and family who are going to be really mad at you if it doesn't work out. And you don't want the next Thanksgiving to be super uncomfortable. So definitely don't pick something where you need to raise a lot of capital or try to take out a bank loan, because some things don't work out. And your first side business may not ultimately be your business. And you don't want to have like, oh, I rented a space and now I'm personally signed on a lease, or I cleared out my savings account, now I have no savings. You don't want to be in that position. So instead, pick a side business that doesn't take a lot of capital, that doesn't take a long time to start, that doesn't involve you raising money from friends and family. And the question is, what kind of side business does that look like? It involves a side business that is a service business to start with. So service business just means it's something you do for someone else rather than something you sell. So for example, if you're doing a side business that was selling things on Amazon where you had to buy inventory from China, buy a container full, have it shipped in, have it warehoused, have it shipped. Well, that's a big investment. And if it doesn't work out, if those things don't sell or something else comes out that's better, or the product that's produced has problems with it, then you could lose all that money. I don't like that. I like a service business where you offer to do something for someone, something that you know how to do, and they pay you for it. Because your inventory is your time. So you don't have to stockpile that. And as you grow your side business, you can always replicate yourself and have other people do those things where it's delivering of time once you get a customer base. So just because it's a service business doesn't mean you're locked into providing the service yourself all the time. You can manage other people to do that. I also like service businesses because, frankly, it's less competitive. Because what you can do as a service is unique. It's not just a widget. Like if you're selling tube socks, everybody sells tube socks. So what's the difference between them? If you're selling a service, it's really about the way people relate to you, the way you handle yourself, whether they're going to hire you or not. I like that because, frankly, the competition is less because there are less people. There's nobody else that's you. So I like that very much. Now, let me tell you about a side business I'm doing so I can show you how it checks these boxes. So the side business that I started was called Overages. Now it's become my full-time business, but it was side business to start with. What I do is I help people who've lost a house to foreclosure get back a refund of money that's available after the foreclosure sale. I know that might seem strange. How does that work? Well, what happens if a house gets sold either at a mortgage foreclosure sale or a tax foreclosure sale, tax foreclosure being because they didn't pay their real estate taxes, when the house sells for more than the debt that's owed, that extra money is claimable by the former owner. And there's the key, claimable by the former owner. So they actually have to do a formal process to apply for the money. That's not a very difficult process, but if they don't know there's any money that they even could claim, then there's no way they're going to ever look into it, fill in any forms, because they won't even know there's a form to fill in. They don't know there's any possibility. And that's the position the vast majority of people are in who lose the house to foreclosure. They don't know there could be any money. Like, oh, they sold my house, so they must keep the money. Well, that's not correct. I can tell you as a lawyer, what is correct is that they sold your house. Yes, they can cover the cost of the auction, and yes, they get their money that they're owed, but the rest of it is you. It's the equity in your house. So you deserve it. But people don't know. And the money just sits there until either it forfeits to the state because someone didn't claim it for too long, typically around 3 years, or until they claim it. Most people never claim the money. The state of Maryland did a study of this market, and they found that 72% of the time the money went unclaimed and just forfeited to the state of Maryland. That's what happens all over the country. So there's literally hundreds of millions of dollars sitting all around the country right now waiting for people to claim that they'll never claim. We have over 14,000 claims worth over $350 million, and we're only covering 15 states. So it's pretty crazy and robust. And that brings me another thing. You want to enter into a business where it's growing and there's money available. In the overages business, because of the tough economy, people struggling, there are more properties being lost to tax sale and mortgage foreclosure sale, and there's more opportunity. So it's really big. And the houses have also been going for a lot more at the auctions because, as you know, house prices are high today. Over the past 5 years, they've approximately doubled. So they used to be $200,000 on average. Now they're $400,000 on average. So the amount that properties sell for at the auctions is much higher than it used to be. The overages are much bigger. This is a list that you see on your screen. That's just an example. Look at those leads. I mean, these things, tens of thousands, in some cases hundreds of thousands of dollars that's sitting out there, for the most part, not going to be claimed. And you'll see, when you see lists, you'll see lots of old claims that have been sitting around for a year, 2 years, 3 years, all the way up to whenever they forfeit in that state. They're sitting around just waiting for you to contact the person or me to contact the person and essentially say, hey, Fred, I'm calling because my company researches government records. We found a huge amount of money that you're eligible to claim. Do you know about that money? Oh, no, I'm eligible for money. Yeah. Well, our company helps people claim that money. And if you're interested, we can do the work, make the effort. If we're successful, we get paid a success fee. If we're not, it doesn't cost you anything. Absolutely no risk to you. All we need from you is written permission to go pursue this, and we will. You're not telling them where the money is, so you don't get circumvented. You're just telling them that you offer the service, and some of them will hire you. And our fee is typically between 30 and 40% of the amount that we recover. I'm an attorney, so I modeled it after what we do in contingent fee cases as an attorney. So people willingly pay that. It's a free country. You can set your rates at what you want. But you see these lists. Take a look at the list. Imagine for us, our profit goal is 30 to 40% of those monies that you see. You can see there's a lot of money in it. And again, free country, you set your rates at what you want. But most importantly, this is a business where you can make great money in a side business. It doesn't take a lot of overhead. The equipment that you need is a telephone, which I'm sure you already have, an internet connection, which I'm sure you already have, and a laptop or an iPad so you can pull the lists and do some research. Really straightforward, doesn't take a lot of money to start. And once you have the education and those tools, you're off to the races. You just call people. More people you call, the more people will hire you, the more money you'll make. And you can have this really great side business. You can run it at the level you want. You can make it like just something you do a couple deals a year, make some extra money. It's really great. Enhance your savings, retire early, whatever you want. Or you can grow it. Like I've grown this into a real full-fledged business. Now I have a team that gets the leads, finds the contact information for the people. Then they reach out to people on the phone, see who wants to sign up. Then there's a team that submits the claims, and I just manage the process. And I get involved here and there with questions and decisions, but basically the team just runs the business. So it's a business you can build up to something big if you want to, which is one of the features I think you should have in your side business. Pick something that you can build big if you want to. Don't pick something where it maxes out at a tiny size. Build something you can build big if you want to, because you may want to do what I did, which is be able to kick back a little bit, make great money, really do meaningful work, employ people. I pay them well. They're happy, so I feel good about that. I'm doing good in the world and making great money and helping people. And what could be better than that? I also like this business for anybody who wants a side business because the startup capital is very low. Total startup budget for this, if you can scrape together $2,000, you can get this business going, including the education and all the equipment you would need. $2,000 would do it. So not a lot. It doesn't cost a lot of money to run it because the lists are free. The research tools used to research people, around $30 a month for all the searching you need to do. So again, not expensive. And it's free to use your phone, so just call people. And deals aren't expensive to put together. When we do a deal, we send some folks out to get the paper signed. We typically spend between $60 and $100 for that, so not a lot of money. Those same people can work for you, by the way. They can go out and meet people, get the paper signed and returned to you. We mail in the claims. The claims get paid out. We take our portion, pass them their portion. So it's a really ideal side business. Also, you can do it as a side business on nights and weekends because you're just calling people up, doing research. People are home on nights and weekends, so it's a great time to call them. Internet's open 24/7, so you can do your internet research anytime. So I think it's a really great business. Whatever side business you do, though, make sure it checks the boxes, doesn't drain your savings, doesn't drain your time, and has a good upside potential, and you can truly start it on the side. So your next step, if this is interest to you, which if you're here to the end, I'm sure it's of interest. So next step, go watch my intro to the Overages business video. You either see a link on your screen if your browser supports that, or if you don't, just look down below in the description. You'll see a link to the video. And I'll see you over there where I'll give you more intro to the Overages business and tell you what the next steps are to you getting started and having your side business that can be perfect for you and just give you whatever it is you want in life, the extra income that you need, be able to exit your job if it's just, you're tired of working for that boss, tired of the coworkers, or tired of the work. It can be all of those things and could truly give you an amazing life. So I'm excited to introduce you to this business. So click on the link and I'll see you in my intro to the Overages business video.